Hey y'all, welcome back to Grasshopper's Kitchen, and tonight we are going to be doing a Hello Fresh dinner, which is the Southwestern-Stuffed Acorn squash. Speech impediment, not really, but we'll go into that at another time. But anyway, as I always say, I digress. I'm trying to kind of speed up the process, although it really didn't work tonight. But I thought I would prepare everything before I started. So I actually have my little trash bin there and the recipe card here. Here's the box of stuff, which I will open in a minute. I have the salt, the pepper, the olive oil. I even have my nicely chilled lemon cucumber water. And I have my pans ready here. I've lined my baking tray with the parchment. I have this beautiful brand new pan here that I haven't put the oil in it yet. And then this pan is for the rice, and that's just drain the beans. And then these are like my plates that I put my stuff in that I prep. So that would be my prep plates for the veggies. And so now let's unwrap or open the box. And what we have inside is a red pepper. There are the black beans, and we have mozzarella cheese, a Roma tomato, and an onion. There is the basmati rice and several spices. These are chili flakes, and there's cumin and chili powder. Probably won't use a lot of that because I don't really like hot spicy. And here is Mr. or Ms. not sure, acorn squash. Alright, so yeah, as I said, I thought I was going to be speeding up the process by getting the plates and stuff out, but I actually dillied and dallied, and once again I'm starting to cook dinner at 8 o'clock on a school night. Alright, so let me try to figure out which end is up with all of this stuff now, and I'll be back. Okay, this is where things get fun. I did cut the acorn squash in half. But as you can see, they're kind of like really not even close to being the same size. But I felt like I was kind of lucky just to get it to cut, because, oops, I'm trying to do two things at once here. It actually took two knives. I was kind of really disappointed that this sharper image knife that I got at Marshall's for $4.99 or something to that effect. I really thought that thing would slice through here, but it did not. I ended up getting out my old Chicago knife, and I forget what they call these, a Santoku knife, it's a Sudoku knife, but I know that's not what it is. I'm just being silly. But anyway, this one actually went through it. So those have been halved, in quotes, halved, and de-seeded. And I'm going to have to Google and see if squash seeds are basically the same thing as pumpkin seeds, and if so, which I think they are. But after confirmation, if they are, I'm going to roast them. So these halves are about to be oiled and put on this pan and put in a 375-degree oven for a while. And then on the back burner is the pan with the water for the rice, which is just about to go in. And then we are going to prep the veggies. And just kind of on a side note about the pans and why some of them are nice and some of them are really not nice, I have actually just been purchasing pans as I need them. So that one, in fact, I got at IKEA. It's part of the IKEA 365 collection. Really good pan. I really like it. It came with a lid. It was really reasonable to the point of being cheap, and it is a non-stick pan. So anyway, rice is going to go in there, and I'm going to have to turn this off real quick because I need both my hands. Okay, so the rice has been lowered to a simmer and covered, and the timer has been set for 15 minutes. And then as far as the oiling of the acorn squash, well, I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but I just kind of poured the oil in the middle and then dump it out onto the tray. Oops, is that even being filmed? Dump it out on the tray and then just kind of roll the squash in it to get the edges, and then that's going to go into the nasty oven. Okay, so, and those are going to be in there for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer over here, timer, and we'll go 35 and see what that gets us. Okay, so things are about to get serious. We're going to start making the filling. So we have the ingredients are all out here and all prepped up and all pretty. And what we do with, actually, I need to say I finally got a really good pan, and this large pan. And this one is actually Campbell, and it's non-stick, and I got it at Marshall's, and it was about 40 bucks, but it's like 12 inches or more, and it's super great. And so anyway, what we're doing, as I said, is going to be adding the onion and the bell pepper, and it says as many chili flakes as I can stand, which is not a heck of a lot. So, pardon my arm, when that's probably, I just kind of like spilled half of it. So this is intuition saying, stick with what you have on the spoon right now and give it a test as you go along. So, anyway, I need to stir things now. And, anyway, this goes for 4 to 5 minutes. To soften and whatever, and this is actually the first time I've used the pan, so I don't know how it's going to heat up with the temperature and the really old decrepit stove. The rice is done, it's just sitting there steaming, and I'm going to continue to stir. So this is heating up nicely. I did actually kick it up one notch. This is a very big pan, but I'm kind of liking that it's not cooking too fast. So as soon as the peppers, I guess, get a little softer, I did a really awful job, I think, at dicing that up. I do not have mad chef skills, even though I do want to get a GoPro or whatever kind of camera that it is that you wear on your head, so that, you know, I can actually use both hands and not just one hand awkwardly. So anyway, while these continue to soften and the squash continues to cook, it should be done pretty soon though, because the temperature was up a little higher than it was supposed to be. The oven really doesn't like to stay regulated. So anyway, here's the beans, which I drained in my brand new strainer. I got this wonderful set of 3 different size strainers, and this is the medium, and I got those at Bed Bath & Beyond. They were a set, and I don't remember how much they were, but they were worth every penny. So oh, are we going over here, guys? We could even kick it up another notch. But the cool thing about this with being non-stick is that it's non-stick, and I don't have to use quite as much olive oil. So that could eventually save me some money with these bottles of olive oil, or so, you know, seem to go through them so quickly. And I think I mentioned in previous videos I've been using this Greek olive oil. Absolutely awesome. That is from Bella Familia. So I think these are really getting pretty much done. So I think I will add the tomato as it said, and then we add the cumin and the chili powder or whatever. I'll throw in all of the cumin, don't have a problem with that, but I am really not gonna, I'm gonna be very conservative with the chili powder, so that's going to require 2 hands, and also the salting and peppering, considering they're both grinders. So I'm going to salt, pepper, check for seasonings, to see if I want to add more pepper flakes, and I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so I added the beans, and I did end up putting in all of the chili powder, and I even threw in a few more of the chili flakes. I mean, it is Southwestern. So that part's done. The rice, this is just amazing to me that, you know, I'm always been so used to cooking rice another way, that to just throw the water and in a pan and throw the rice in, and it turns out great. This is perhaps a little stickier than Southwestern rice is supposed to be, but that's probably because I left it steaming for too long. But it tastes delicious. So now we're going to combine all of these ingredients, and this is the stuffing for our acorn squash, which the timer did go off for a couple of minutes ago. Need to just double check it, make sure that is cooked, and then we will stuff. Don't know if that's going to be filmed or not. It's probably a two-handed job. Okay, pardon the balancing act here. Very tiny kitchen, as I've already said. So right now I'm going to, you know, yeah, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no. Okay, so there's the acorn squash out of the oven, and it's very beautifully browned. And now I'm filling it with the rice and bean and etc., filling, stuffing, whatever, filling it, and then when I get it filled to my satisfaction, I'm going to sprinkle mozzarella cheese on both halves. The other half is filled and sitting over here in this balancing act because I don't have any more room. So then I will show you what it looks like when it, oh, it's going to go back in the oven after the mozzarella's on it to melt the cheese for about 5 minutes. So you will get to see it when it comes out. And I have like tons and tons of this stuffing, but you know what? This stuff is awesome on its own. I think I could just eat it as like a cold rice salad, to be absolutely honest. Okay, this is tricky. Here we go into the oven, and that's going to be in there for about 5 minutes. Okay, so there you have them, straight out of the oven, and the cheese is melted, and it didn't even make such a huge mess. I thought all that stuff on the pan would get really crunchy, but it's fine. So I'm gonna plate it and then take a picture for Instagram and pour myself some wine, and I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so there you have it, the Southwestern-Stuffed Acorn squash, and that is accompanied with the bits and pieces that fell on the baking tray. Turned out to have some wonderful crispy mozzarella. So I'm having that once again with the Frontera Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot blend, which is awesome. And that, as I've said before, I got Oaks Farms for $4.99. So, until next time, I'm going to say buon appetito and ciao for now. Bye, y'all.